So, Jenga, huh? On the DS? I did not know there was a Jenga game from the DS. How in the world did I not notice there's a freaking, Jenga game from the DS? Where did that come from? Was that really familiar to you from somewhere? Jenga? Jenga, right? You know the game, right? You know it has on Family Game Night back nowadays. I mean, I miss Family Game Night. I'm talking about the show, by the way, not the actual games. I'm talking about the actual show from Hub Network or Discovery Family, what you want to call it. But still, to be honest, cable TV sucks nowadays. That's why I have Roku now and some streaming services, so that's good to know. But still, anyways. We are back with another review reaction, guys, and this time we'll be checking out the worst video game ideas ever, Jenga on the DS. To be honest, I don't understand why there's a Jenga game, by the way, from the DS. I don't understand, to be honest. I know what Jenga is, I just don't understand why there's a game to this. I just don't understand, to be honest. And it's kind of freaking weird, so... Alright, let's go ahead and see what he has to say, and let's see what he has to say.
It's November 13th, 2007. Flock to the stores, people, because the new Jenga game on the Nintendo DS has hit the shelves.
Oh, gosh.
Try and think of the worst possible idea for a video game. Whatever you thought of isn't worse than the idea of taking Jenga, a game built solely on the idea that the blocks of wood exist and are interacted with in the real world with your real hands, and making an awful DS game out of it that fails on every level.
Oh my
God. Think of a worse idea for a game. I'm racking my brain for it.
Who the one made that game anyway?
Unsurprisingly, Jenga World Tour is one of the lowest rated games of all time.
Wait, this is called Jenga World Tour? How come no one even tell me about that?
I continue to take this lonely path of venturing into games.
I was like 2 years old when that game came out. What the heck? What the heck is that all about?
Not a mystery. I need to make content for this YouTube channel, and you all seem to enjoy it more the worse the game is. So strap in and wish me luck. This is Jenga World Tour.
Oh gosh.
The opening menu screen is inspiring to say the least. The blue background with the word Jenga repeatedly really gets me in the mood for some hype.
Is that the best background they got?
The first thing we do when we enter is choose a character icon. There's a limited range of grotesque options to choose from. My favorites include a man trying to contort himself into a hate symbol, a slot machine holding a gun, and whatever the this thing is.
What evil is that? Good grief.
Person. I don't want to look at anything too hideous my entire time playing the game.
So I
opted to play as the fish who is on the train witnessing a crime, but would rather just let it
You know what that means?
Than get
Fish.
Involved. Are you ready to face the Jenga challenge?
I was born ready, motherfucker.
Oh,
we play our first game of Jenga in an empty, eerie room with all of the blinds closed. The game seems to assume that you already know the rules of Jenga because it doesn't explain a single thing about how to play. It also seems to assume that you know all of the controls.
I mean, they know about the game. I just don't understand why they have a DS version of this. I just don't understand, to be honest. I mean, who even made this? What? 6, 7 to this shit?
Sorry,
I don't want to bring this joke up to 6, 7, but still, that's just that.
My first opponent
is
this guy.
What is that,
I'm grateful they didn't bother to animate our characters in the game world because I feel as though the sight of this monstrosity in such a strange, haunting room would unlock buried memories for me that I'd rather remain buried. So I remove a couple of blocks and place them on top. Eventually, my opponent was pulling their blocks out of the stack when the tower collapsed. So I won. Level 2 is set close to 200 years in the future on the moon, and our opponent is an alien. Defeat this space invader to become the ultimate Jenga master. This doesn't feel like it should be the second game of Jenga in the whole thing. We've gone straight from the beginner level to defeating a spacefaring alien to become the master.
Alrighty then.
Anyway, it's the same Jenga gameplay of pulling out blocks and placing them on top. It
Dude,
doesn't take
who the
long
heck
for
made
the
this
alien
game?
to somehow make the tower fall, and once again, I'm victorious. But I suppose I'm not the ultimate Jenga master yet, because that's not the end of the game. Next, we play against a penguin on a mountaintop. Once again, the penguin is the first to make an error and topple the tower. When the tower
not
topples,
surprised.
all of the pieces float as though the world map is a tabletop. You know
Oh
full
my
well when
gosh.
they were making the game, they saw this and spent about 5 seconds
I
to
mean,
come to the conclusion.
the
"Yeah, we'll
graphics
just leave
look
it, no
like
one will
it.
care."
The
It might be
freaking
cooler if the pieces
graphics
actually
look like
fall,
it.
but
You see
I
the
can't be
graphs?
bothered. I
They
want to go
look
home
like
and have a
it.
pizza and watch the game.
They
My
look
work
like
here
the
is
graphs.
done.
Now we're in
Oh my
medieval
gosh,
times, and there's
dude,
catapults
Futurama now.
hurling projectiles at the tower. It's unclear what impact this has on
Are
the
you kidding me,
gameplay,
bro?
but at one stage,
What
while I
the
was pulling
heck?
out a piece, the tower collapsed. This was my first time
What have
being
they
on
been
the
u-
losing
what do they
end
use?
of it,
They
and
use,
it's
like,
safe to
freaking-
say it left me in a
Wow.
harrowing state of shock. Just kidding, it's Jenga on the DS. Seriously, we're all thinking it. But just, how does this make any sense as a video game? There is only tension in a real game of Jenga because first off, you're playing against your friends and not whatever the hell this thing is. Second off, the wooden blocks exist and fall in the real world. It's the
Jesus.
tension of trying to keep the tower up standing while interacting with it with your real hands. In this game, you just keep sliding out pieces until eventually the tower just goes bang and collapses all at once.
What's the point?
As much as I've made it clear the whole idea is terrible, I guess I can see a world where if each block has its own physics and they interact realistically with each other, it could theoretically work as a functioning virtual game of Jenga. I don't think
I
it would be
mean,
fun,
I don't
but
know who
it'd
really
be
came up with
something.
this
This,
game,
though,
but
the physics
that
makes
is
no
just so
sense.
weird,
Sometimes
whoever
the
made
tower
this
is
game.
standing in a way that is physically impossible. Like, look at this one. It's gone off the edge, but it's still standing. And then
Look
the game
how
just
weird that
decides,
looks,
okay,
by the way.
now
That's-
it's gonna collapse. It,
I don't know who
That's
came
the
up with this
problem
game,
it
to be
being
honest.
A game is it's always
Seriously,
going to feel like
who
the
made
game's
this
deciding
game?
for you when the tower falls. In the real world, you can't blame anyone but yourself because you interact with the wood and it
Damn.
topples. After the medieval one, I beat a pterodactyl in a dinosaur-themed level set
There's a
millions of years
dinosaur
ago, a
too,
shark
oh
in
my
an
God.
ocean-themed
Even a
level,
shark?
a ball of magma with a hat and some
And who the
flowers
hell is
inside
that?
an active volcano. This one looks kind of cool until you realize you actually have to tell apart all the pieces to pull
that
them
supposed to be a
out. That's
coconut
another
or
thing
what?
this
I don't
game
even
does
know what the heck
horribly
that
is
is.
the pieces look terrible. And while you can usually tell them apart, it's an absolute eyesore to do so, and it makes the whole experience
Dude,
that bit
who
more
even
tedious.
came up
Parts of
with
the
this
tower
game?
really do just look like a cluster of textures.
Who's making these? It's someone's job to knock these up.
After the magma ball in the volcano opponent, we go to China in the year
China? Now we're going to
785, where
China?
Our opponent is another dinosaur. I feel like I'm losing my
I don't
mind, and
think
someone's going to
dinosaurs
correct
do
me and tell
China.
me this is actually something that
Pandas?
exists in
Pandas China?
If that's
Does
the
that
case,
count?
please do feel
Pandas?
free to tell me. But I'm pretty sure it's just
How
a
come it not be a
dinosaur.
panda
Anyway,
then?
this was the point in the game where I gave up because I lost 4 times in a row, and the games were now going for longer as the opponents weren't toppling the tower so early. Which brings us to another problem with the game, is the first couple of minutes of every game of Jenga, nothing is happening. The tower's stable, the pieces are easy to remove, and there's no chance it's gonna fall. At least in the real world, there's always the small chance someone will slip or anything can happen. But in the video game, you really are just waiting for those first 10 or so blocks to be placed until the game reaches
Dude,
the
that
stage
is
where
just
risk
so
is
long.
introduced. In a game where all
I
you
don't
do
know
is
why, to
play
be
Jenga
honest. Like,
back to
I don't know
back.
who really
That's
came
a
up with this
huge
game
problem.
anyway,
It's
so
effectively
I
a
just
3-minute
don't understand
loading
why.
screen at the
So,
start of
I don't
every
want to be rude,
game.
no, I'm just saying.
You can also play multiplayer with your
Of
friends,
course they got
and this got me
multiplayer,
thinking, I
bruh.
wonder if the scenario has ever happened where 2 people were playing the DS version of Jenga together, while in the cupboard in their house a real-life Jenga set was sitting untouched. I want to
Wow.
believe this never happened. I want to believe the probability is low because hopefully barely anyone bought this game when it came out. This thing, Jenga World Tour on the Nintendo DS, is one of the worst ideas for a game there's ever been, and it wasn't executed much better. That said, all of these character icons have actually grown on me the more I see them. I'm now kind of a fan of them,
course.
and know if I played a different, more fun game as a kid with these icons, I would have liked them. So there, justice for the Jenga World Tour icons.
I'm done!
There you go.
You hear me?
Oh my gosh. Well, What do you guys expect from back in our old days? I mean, back in the old days, in the 2000s, we grew up with some great, wonderful memories, including me, by the way. But too bad in the 2020s, kids nowadays, they don't learn anything nowadays. Which is a shame. Which is a big shame, by the way, but I don't want to be rude about it, so I don't want to be really too rude about it, so just to keep in mind, it's a big shame, yes, but you get what I mean about that, so, wow. But hey, we learned a valuable lesson, and yeah, I still do not know who came up with this Jenga game, to be honest, in the freaking DS. Who even came up with this game? I mean, I don't want to be rude about it, but I get it, this game's from 2007, but I don't think it's just for everybody, to be honest. My recommendation is, if you love playing Jenga, you could just play the real life one, not the game, so what do you expect from the DS? Look, I know the Nintendo DS is old, by the way, so I just wanted to get that out of the way, but still. But I don't want to be really rude about it, so I don't blame them about it, so just to keep in mind. So, oh well, hey. But yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, guys, that would be it for today. Tomorrow, I got a brand new SCE World 2 episode coming tomorrow, which is episode 12, by the way, for Texas. Hee-haw! And I will see you guys tomorrow for that one. At least I got something for Saturday, because SMG4 in it. But still, sure, SMGF is gonna be uploading tomorrow too. So, okay, maybe 2 then. But who even much matters, to be honest. But anyway, yeah, that's something. Alright, y'all. So I will see you all tomorrow for the SCE World 2 episode 12. The Texas Cowboys! Ha 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 ha! Whoa, boy. Alright, y'all. I catch you all tomorrow. I will see how this was going to turn out tomorrow, so why not, to be honest. And to be honest, we'll be having some fun with it. Alright, y'all. I catch you all tomorrow. I see you all next time. And that's it. I catch you guys next time. You all take care, by the way. Stay safe. Each one of you are. And I will catch you guys tomorrow for the SCE World 2 episode 12. And we see how that will go tomorrow. Alright. I catch you all tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. And as always, see you next time. Woo!